Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna try and fix this camera gimbal thing. I'm very inexperienced when it comes to this, and this is a new series I'm gonna try and start where I try and fix things that I buy broken on Marketplace. So as you can see, it comes with the case and the protector for the camera, and that's about it. It doesn't turn on. To start off with, I'm gonna use this USB-C amp meter to see if it's drawing any power in the first place, see what it's doing. And it is drawing something, but barely anything. So I'm just gonna speed this up and I'm gonna leave this overnight, see if maybe it goes up if we leave it longer. Here I'm also trying to see if there's anything in the manual about if there's an indicator light or like a charging light. And I see that above the power on button there's a light. So I'm gonna check. If you look really closely you can see a really faint red light. And if I unplug it, the light goes away. So let's just leave it overnight and see where it goes. So it's been a whole night and it's still charging at the same amperage. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's still kind of shining, but it's green now. So I still have hope. So I'm gonna try and open it up to see if I can see what's wrong. The clips were pretty difficult to remove. But as soon as you get something in between the clips, like I did here, it starts to get easy. And there we go, the battery. Let's take it out. And then there's this metal frame where I noticed two of the screws were missing on the left. So I was like, maybe it's been opened before. And this is kind of where it all started going downhill. So I removed the one screw that's still there. And I'm gonna try to remove the metal thing, which was basically the most difficult part, because there's a cable right there. But after some time I get it, and then I see something terrible. It looks like the battery is glued in place, which is not supposed to be from the factory. So I get worried and start trying to pry it off, but it's not working. But then I got so frustrated that I ripped off the whole connector, so I was basically fucked at that point. As you can see, the whole connector is broken, and it even ripped the pad for the red wire, as you can see in the zoom in. So now I'm lost, I don't know what to do anymore. But I don't give up. I decide to remove the connector that's still there, or part of the connector that's still there. It's a whole struggle since the plastic is covering and it's burning the plastic away. So I decide to clean it a bit, see if I can clearly see what's going on there. I use my wick to get rid of the solder. And then at some point I can just flick off the connector pieces that are still there. So now that the connector is gone, I decide to try and measure the voltage in the battery. But through the connector I can't really read the voltage, so I decide to first take a picture of how the battery is supposed to be connected, like the order of the wires on the board. After I do that, I decide to cut off the wires after I rethink it, since I can't easily put them back on. Now I have the loose wires and I can measure them. And as you can see in the video, it's measuring okay, it's reading 7.6 volts, which is a pretty healthy battery. So I decide to get the wires and try and wire the connector back on. Instead of using a connector, I'm just gonna solder the battery straight to the board, making sure the wires are in the right order. And I didn't know where to put the red wire since the pad was broken, but I saw there's VCC on the board, and I asked ChatGPT, my best friend, if that's where the red wire could go. So I decided to solder it to there since I thought I had no other options. And then I decided to put everything back together and connect the battery to the wires that are on the board. After I resoldered the wires, I tried plugging it in again and it still didn't work. Even the light didn't turn on, the faint red light. And the amperage would randomly drop and go back up. At a loss of what I could still do, I decided to try one more thing, and that's solder a USB-C port straight to the red and black wire and plug it in. But every time I tried plugging it in, my power bank would turn off. So something inside the device is broken or short-circuiting something, making the power bank and the amp meter turn off. So what I've decided to do is give up on it for now, just upload the video. Maybe I'll revisit it in the future when I have more experience fixing things. That's that, and I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the comments, see if there's any people watching it that can give me tips. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one maybe.